Oh, God. 3 soft shells. Steve knows what I'm talking about. Are we good? Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. I don't know what time it is. We are at the campus of Bishop Guertin High School for tonight's basketball game, girls basketball game between the home team, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals, and the visiting Concord Christian Kingsmen. They are a Division II team. They are going up to Division I next year. They were Division IV last year, so it's a team on the rapid upclimb. And, Coach, I want to thank you for joining us. This is our Live with Liv moment. And, Coach, Olivia Orlando, nice enough to join us here in the pregame. Coach, first I want to talk about that Pinkerton game. The last time we saw each other, it was a tale of two halves with that Pinkerton game, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, 1, thank you for having me. 2, Pinkerton was a good learning experience. So right now, I think we had a solid 2 quarters, right? But that was kind of one of the things that we discussed after the game. Basketball is 4 quarters. So yeah. Right now, because we're young and we're learning how to play really talented teams. Yeah. And at times when you get into a rut or you maybe have like a few minutes where you're just a little off, a good team takes advantage, a great team takes advantage of that. And it becomes like really challenging to dig ourselves out of that hole, right? Yeah. So definitely working on stringing 4 quarters together opposed to 2. I was really proud of their effort in the first half, but it definitely snuck away from us in that second half.
We were talking at halftime about maybe the worst thing that could have happened to you was halftime.
Yeah.
You had time to take a look at that scoreboard instead of continuing to play and saying, oh my goodness, the reality is this is for all intents and purposes, a Final 2 team in the state of New Hampshire, and we're right there with them.
Right.
What were the girls like in the locker room at halftime?
Yeah, so that was the hardest part, I think. The energy was great. They were feeling good. They were excited. And it's one of those things where, like you said, like we're playing one of the top teams in the state. Yeah. So at the beginning, I'm sure nerves are there, and they're thinking like, ooh, this might be a tough one. But recognizing that they were in the game up until half, and I think that those nerves kind of set in a little more, like, But again, that comes with time and experience of learning how to win and how to beat talented teams and recognizing your own talent, right? So I think because we're so young, we haven't had a lot of opportunities to do so yet.
Sure.
So we're just going to continue to learn and grow and compete. Absolutely.
And speaking of competing, this is a Concord Christian team we don't know a lot about. We've been reading about them. They're undefeated in Division II right now. Their only loss coming to the other perennial favorite in Division I, Bedford High School, played them as close as anybody. What do you know about this Kingsmen team?
Yeah, very, very talented squad. They have a lot of guards who just can beat anyone off the dribble, who can get downhill, and they can shoot it. So they do a little bit of everything, making them really challenging to guard and keep in front, right? Because, you're going to guard them for the drive? Well, they're going to shoot it in your face. So we are really game plan and looking at what we want to do tonight. We want to really have our help defense. We want to play the best team defense that we've seen all year, and we want to be good teammates. That's really what we want. Like I said to you last time, we want to be the salt. We got so much in our head in the second half of, oh my gosh, sulking and what am I doing, or I just turned it over. We really want to focus on the team, not about our individual selves. Sorry.
We wish you the best of luck tonight. You are being summoned by the officiating crew down there, so I'm going to let you get to it, Coach. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Steve.
Coach Liv Orlando, the head lady for the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. She's down to meet with the officiating crew. I think they were pointing up here. I don't think they were pointing at us, so I'm sure they wanted to meet with the head coaches down at center court. That was a tough intro there. Tough, feed in here. That's it's like tripping over my words and just. Look at this. We're still live, and I'm still tripping over my words. All right, that's good. Well, Jason Roby here, along with the highlight guy, Steve Cody. He is the man on the moving pictures. He is the highlight guy, and this should be a good one here this evening. We talked a little bit at the start of this one that this is a Concord Christian team that comes in undefeated on the season at 5-0. And the only loss was to Bedford High School, 47-17. And talking to a couple of the parents before the game here this evening, and they went undefeated in that Londonderry tournament. They beat all the teams that they played from across the border, so a very dangerous team in their own right. They were a Division IV team a year ago, Division II this year, and they were actually given the thumbs up to move to Division I before they were given the thumbs up to move to Division II. So A team that's short. It's a short bench. Only 8 players on this Concord Christian bench, and a pair of sisters, Taylor Ryu and Caden Ryu, and Emma Smith and Kate Smith, and then Lily Carlisle is their junior point guard. You might remember Great Malls of Fire. Molly Smith, her sister Emma Smith, is a sophomore on this Concord Christian team. Concord Christian comes in averaging about 65 points a game, giving up only 27. So they're doing something right on the defensive side of the floor. Meanwhile, Bishop Guertin comes in at 1-3. They're averaging almost 45 points a game and giving up almost 52 a game. So they're close. They had a great half against perennial favorite Pinkerton Academy. And I will note that Pinkerton had their starters on the floor for the entire game. And so I think it was a case where those Guertin kids just kept competing, just kept playing hard. And it doesn't get any easier. They'll play tonight against this Concord Christian team. They'll face them twice. It's a home and away. A couple games from now, they'll head onto the highway and go north, young lady, and head to the campus of Concord Christian. But before that, we'll go to Manchester Memorial. Will actually come here on Friday night for 6:30 tip, and Hanover will visit Concord Christian on Friday night. But much to get to before those games. 32 minutes will be on the clock as the captains meet at half court, and we're about ready to meet the starters for both teams. We'll start with the Concord Christian Kingsmen. And I played against Concord Christian in high school. Bishop Brady did a little crossover, and we played the Kingsmen many moons ago, back in, I believe it was I'm dating myself now, 89, 90, somewhere in that neighborhood. It was a Bishop Brady victory, I might add. Thank you very much. The weather for this evening is supposed to be questionable at best. We were supposed to have snow and rain and wind, but it's nice in here. Some of the games across the state have been postponed. I know that Keene was supposed to visit Nashua North boys, and I think the girls were going to go to Keene. I think that game was postponed. Keene's a long ways away. And we'll meet Concord Christian Kingsmen. The head coach is Becky Carlisle. Assistant coach is Matt Smith. Number 2 is Taylor Ryu. She is the only senior on the team. Number 15, sister Caden Ryu, is a sophomore. The 30, Emma Smith, Great Malls of Fire's sister, number 30. Kate Smith, also a sophomore, number 31. And Lily Carlisle is that point guard. We're number 33. And now we'll meet the home team, the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. As we mentioned, the Cards enter with a 1-3 record. Got to get back into the winning side of things. Maddie Long, number 2, sophomore, getting the start for Coach Orlando. Number 10 is Ayla Regan. She's a junior. She had 9 in the last game against Pinkerton. Holly Dufo, freshman. She's number 23. She had 14 against Pinkerton. Jazz Rosario, the freshman, getting the start tonight. And Thalia Drapo, a sophomore. Got to stay out of foul trouble early for Thalia. Need her on the floor. All right, we'll take this pause in the action just before the tip for the national anthem. We'll be right back after the anthem.
Those who have served her and continue to serve her, the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light
All right, once again, welcome to the home of the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. We are in the nest, and we are just about ready for basketball action. 8 minutes on the clock. Bishop Guertin in their home whites. And Concord Christian, they're visiting blue with white numbers. And it should be a good one here. We've heard a lot about this Concord Christian team. We're excited to see them play. A very, very talented group of young ladies, and Coach Orlando looks like she's ready to get on the floor and play as well. As they'll grab a game ball. Jazz is finding two good ones here. Need one of those, Steve, or else you really can't play. We could pretend, but. And so we are just about ready to go. All right, that was one of my Christmas presents, Steve. I got a little air horn here. It's probably a great gift for me, I guess. Trying to find the right time to push the button on that. All right, we are ready to go as pair of combatants stand on the head of the Cardinal. We are ready to rock and roll. Guertin going left to right on your screen. Concord Christian going right to left. Jump ball is up, and it is battled for there, and coming away with it are the Kingsmen. Lily Carlisle, the parent point guard, will bring it up over the center stripe. Kick out, dribble drive, penetrate. Smith on the baseline, no. And Long was able to punch it out to Drapo. She throws a runner up. It's no good. Jazz tried the battle. Kingsmen will run. We'll have to keep an eye on the transition defense. That was a concern that last game against Pinkerton. She gets it across the way to Regan. Regan dribble drive kick. And now Drapo at the elbow to Long. In the corner to Jazz. Left-hand dribble, hesitate. Another skip pass across the way. Dufo, no. And the rebound is taken by Smith. Outlet pass goes to the right and up to Taylor. Taylor in the corner now to Smith. Emma gets caught up. We'll have a jump ball call. Possession will go to the Cardinals. 7:05 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless here. Yep. The possession should be white ball as Concord Christian won the tip. There we go. Circle gets the square, and the red light on top tells us everything we need to know. Back the other way comes Rosario. Concord Christian will fall back. A loose man-to-man defense, respecting the speed of Rosario. She goes up with the left and can't get it to go, but the ball is thrown away. Maddie Long came away with it, fired. Regan, back iron, no. Rebound taken there by the Cards. They'll get another shot at it. Getting on the offensive glass early. Long downtown, no. Jazz went over the top and went off of her hand, and it'll be Kingsman ball. BG will employ their pressure. Ball comes inbounds. Smith now got it to the middle to Emma. Emma, and now back over to Kate. Kate up top to Taylor. Taylor, and I'll call first names because there's 4 kids with the same last name. Got to make sure we get it correct. This is Emma now. Skip pass across the way. And trying to penetrate. The ball was knocked away briefly. This is Kate. She got it out. Skip pass to the backside baseline. And now back it comes. Caden now. Left-hand dribble. Runner in the lane is no good. And Rue with the rebound. Or rather, Long with the rebound. Excuse me. Holly Dufo got it back up top. This is Ayla Regan. Over to Jazz, marked up there by Taylor. And they're going to say Jazz stepped on that baseline. Possession will go to the Kingsmen, and BG will employ their full court pressure. Kate Smith to do the honors. Gets it in over the top to Caden and back to Kate. As we mentioned, we will be visiting Concord Christian for a home and away, or a home and home, as it were. Good quick hands there as Dufo bothers the dribble, and we're going to get our first foul call here on the baseline. And that's going to go against Dufo. Card's going to have to be careful, stay out of foul trouble. And immediately checking in is Pizzetti, the senior. So Dufo will come to the side and talk to Coach Orlando about what she was seeing. Good quick hands by Jazz, deflected the ball back to the Cardinal head. To the baseline now, this is Lily, up and under, pretty look, and a nice pass into Kate Smith. And the early lead goes to the Kingsmen, 2-0. Jazz, they tried to force her right, but she is a lefty. This is Regan, kick out, Jazz, left-hand dribble, they collapse on her, and she gets it back up top to Long. Skip pass across the way, Ayla's not shy, side iron, no. Drapo runs down that rebound. Referee's letting him play. There is some good body bumping going on in there, and they're letting him be a little physical, which you like to see in the early going. Fired way downtown, Long, Yahtzee for a triple. Cards get back in the transition, and the Kingsmen set up shop in the half court. Lily now went baseline, bounce pass to Emma. They get it back up top. Skip pass way across the way on that baseball pass. Cadence hits the side of the backboard, and there to clean up the mess was number 31, Kate Smith, and she's got all 4 of the points in the early going. So it is a 4-3 Kingsman lead. Looks like the 30-second variety, and I believe it's Guertin's first timeout. So possession arrow is with Concord Christian. And both teams talking it over here in the early going. Would like to see this Guertin team get out to a quick start. And they are a little longer in the bench than Concord Christian. It's just the 8 players on the bench for the Kingsmen. But this is a team that's built for right now, and certainly with their Division II record, they are looking to make some noise in the state before they move up to Division I. They're undefeated right now in Division II. As we mentioned, their only loss is to Bedford High School. This is Regan, skipped out across the way, back to Long, and a Yahtzee! Maddie Long has 2 threes from way downtown, 6-4 Cards. Caden now, left-hand dribble crossover. Finds Emma in the middle. Emma spin move, kicked it back out, and the Kingsmen will regroup. Ball goes to the baseline. This is Taylor. Taylor bounce pass up top, back to Caden. Left-hand dribble, runner in the lane from left to right, no, but the offensive rebound taken by Kate Smith. Will have a jump ball called. Possession will stay with the Kingsmen. Couple of subs coming in for the Cards as Dufo will check back in. Maggie Gallagher will get her first action. And checking in is Ireland Baines for the Kingsmen. And heading over to the bench is Taylor for her first break. Inbound pass comes way up top. This is Caden. They clear the lane for her. She dishes it off to Kate. Kate, the double team, kick back out. Yahtzee from way downtown for Caden Ryu. So that double team was felt. Kick out, 3-pointer. And seeing it late, Long was looking for Pizzetti, was open about a second earlier. Ball got intercepted. Now watch back on the highlight guy and see that pass has to happen just a tad quicker. This is Lily Carlisle now. Dribbling around the right side, marked up closely there by Dufo. Ball gets skipped around the outside. She thought about it. They try to get to the low block. No, back to the baseline it'll go. And now it goes on to the low block. Good denial defense there by Long. They get a switch. This is Kate Smith back up top. Emma Smith downtown, no. And a nice job. Gallagher cleans the boards, and she will run. Doesn't have the numbers, drives anyway. Possession will go to the Kingsmen, and you saw Gallagher kind of put her hand on her chest saying, my fault, my fault. 7-6 Kingsmen. Carlisle will get her first break. Dribble drive, nice bounce pass to the baseline. Kate takes it, nice dish underneath, and it was pressured all the way. They kicked it back out. Concord Christian will set up in a little runner and may have gotten a piece of it. Kate followed her shot, but there for the board was Dufo. She will run. Crossover dribble, looking for help. Finds it in Regan. Regan, right-hand dribble, slices, dices, kick out. Pizzetti, no. Rebound goes to Regan. Right place, right time. And the Cards, we get another offensive rebound. Got to go to her to help. She needs it. Finds Regan up top. Regan marked up closely by Ireland Baines. Ball kicks out. And another pass up top. Little runner in the lane, no call. Ripping that down was Emma Smith, and back the other way comes Ireland Baines and the Kingsmen. That ball's thrown away. Pizzetti will run. Left-hand dribble crossover. It'll come to Regan. Regan looking for help. Finds it in Gallagher. Back up top to Dufo. Dufo, got to be careful not to carry that ball. Nice runner there in the lane, and Dufo's in the books. The Cards have regained the lead, 8-7, 50 seconds to go here in the opening frame. Nice denial defense down on the low post. Makes Emma Smith back out. She's not shy, fires from way downtown. Back iron, Pizzetti clears the glass and will run. They close the lane down. This is Dufo now. Skip pass over the top to Long. And Regan will reset things at just beyond half court. Loses her dribble, finds Dufo. Dufo, little ball fake, another runner there. Short jumper is up and good, and Dufo has scored the last 4 points for the Cards. 14 seconds to go here, 10-7 Cardinal lead. Taylor Ryu now. Right-hand dribble on the low post, looking for help. Kicks it out and finds Kate. Kate got it over into the corner. The runner in the lane, Emma. And they're going to call it on the floor, I think, with 1.1 seconds left. And that one is going to go against Maddie Long. That's her first personal, as Lily Carlisle will check back in, and Caden Ryu will come to the bench and get a breather. Doing the honors for the Kingsmen, Taylor Ryu. Got to get it in. 1 second to go. Good if it goes. Coming up just short, so it was a good look for Ireland Baines from well beyond the three-point arc, and it will go as a front iron, a 10-7 Cardinal lead. So good, fast-paced back-and-forth action here in the early going of this one. It's Maddie Long with a pair of triples and Holly Dufo with a pair of doubles to account for the 10 Cardinal points. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ledger, Caden Ryu had a triple and Kate Smith had a pair of buckets for 4 points to give the Kingsmen their 7 total. So you see the benches being used early in this one. Have to believe that Coach Becky Carlisle, Coach Matt Smith will go to the bench as often as they need to keep their teams fresh. Playing on a smaller floor might also help them keep their wind about them. Cardinals break the huddle as Kingsmen will come over and pick up in the half court. Doing the honors for the Cards is Maddie Long. Want to say hello to all of our friends watching from the capital city and the local area. Thank you for joining us. All our friends from Concord, and obviously all of the millions that watch the highlight guy on a weekly basis. Ball kicked out now. Gallagher kicked it back out. Regan lost the handle. Ball's on the floor, and coming up with it was Carlisle. Good hustle play there. Kingsman will set up in the half court. This is Caden Ryu. Ball was deflected. Pizzetti providing that good pressure defense. And they're going to say it was deflected, so the Kingsmen will get the ball. And the Cards will pick up in the half court. Gallagher to guard the inbound. Kate Smith to do the honors. Looking for that baseball pass on the peel back around on the backside was covered. Fired way downtown. Emma Smith, no. Rebound goes to Regan. And Regan will run, finds Dufo. Dufo has baseline, goes up strong, no call, another rebound, and the Kingsmen have the numbers. Losing the handle there, able to keep it in. And once again, referee's just letting them play. I like it. Gianna Pizzetti, kick out. Downtown, long, no. And if you're going to fall that shot from downtown, you can't go after that ball. They had the numbers on the fast break. And as a result, Emma Smith will get her first bucket. 10-9 Cards now. Lappy getting set to check in for the Kingsmen. Runner kick out, and that, fortunately for the Cards, went off of Caden Ryu's hands. So Emmy will check in for the Kingsmen. Jazz back in the game. Long gets a break. Jazz will run the point here on this possession over to Dufo. Dufo thought about it. So did Jazz. Pizzetti now. Left-hand dribble. Back up top to Gallagher. Gallagher now, a little spin move in the paint, and an ice and a leather souffle there, as blocking that shot in the up and under was Kate Smith. Possession will stay with the Cards, but a nice defensive effort there by Kate. I like the look, though. I like him going underneath to Gallagher. Not that you asked me, I'm just saying. Dufo front iron from way downtown. Gallagher cleans up the mess, and she's in the books. Cards 12-9. Maybe they did ask me, Steve. I can't hear them. Ball comes up top now to Emma Smith. Emma working on Dufo. Left-hand dribble, kick out there. Kate Smith. And she was trying to find Lily. She found her. And I think they're going to call a foul on Jazz Rosario. That's her first. And the first team foul of the quarter. Reminder, it's 5 team fouls. That's the magic number to reach. Get yourself to a pair of free throws. The days of the 1-and-1 are done. Nice backdoor cut, deflected, and I'll tell you, it hit 4 Cardinal wings before it went out of bounds. And so the Kingsmen will get possession on the C of the Cardinal. Goes up over the top. Gallagher battled, but maybe jumped a tad early, and Kate Smith puts it home. She has 6. 12-11 Bishop Guertin. Jazz in the corner. Gallagher at the elbow. Spin move. Double team, and in and good. And a pretty spin move there by the freshman Gallagher. She got hacked in the act. Basket will count. And I'm looking to see who that foul was called on. They haven't put it up on the board yet. As Emma Smith comes to the bench. And I'm wondering if maybe the foul was could have been on her. Not 100% sure. Back iron, no. That ball will go off of a Cardinal. So valuable minutes there for Gallagher. And Drapo will check back in. That foul call, they said, was against Taylor Ryu, not Emma Smith. So my apologies there. Each team with 1 foul here in the second quarter. Way downtown, Yahtzee. Knocked down there by Caden Ryu, and she's got 6, all via the three-point line. We are locked up at 14 apiece. Dufo gets it up top. Pizzetti, right-hand dribble to Jazz. Jazz, nice ball fake. They collapse on her. That leaves Ayla wide open, and back iron, no. Pizzetti went up. They're going to say the ball was knocked out, so the Cards will keep possession here. But a great job by the Cardinals to get that ball penetrated in and then kick it back out for the open look. Oh, Drapo had other ideas. That ball was deflected. Back the other way comes Kate Smith. Nice, pretty pass there. Up and under, no good. But Lily Carlisle will head to the free throw line for a pair. And that foul is going to go against Drapo. That's her first. And the team's second of the quarter. The junior Lily Carlisle goes around the world and out on the first. She'll get a second. Emma Smith getting ready to check back in. And Carlisle missing both. Pizzetti clears the glass and brings the ball over half court. Up top it comes to Jazz. Nice ball fake. Got it back up top to Drapo. She gives the same look. Loses the handle and a couple of tough turnovers there for Thalia. The runner is no good, and good job by Dufo and trying to dribble through all that pressure. Fortunate to come away with it. This is Regan now. And she definitely took a couple steps before she popped that one. It would have been a three-pointer. Ball comes up top now, and got to get back if you're the Cardinals. Don't get lazy in that transition. We're in those inbound plays. Caden got it over the top to Emma. Emma back in the corner it goes. Taylor got it back to Lily, and she'll start things back. Dufo cut off that lane, and good quick hands there by Regan. Getting her first action now is Gabby Philbrick, number 4. Pizzetti will get a breather. 14-14, 3:37 to go here in the second quarter. You are watching live on the Highlight Guy. Jason Roby on the call. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. Inbounded now and handed back off. Taylor will reassess. She got it up top to Caden, and back in the corner it went to Emmy. Looking for a backdoor cut. No, they'll restart things. Nice dribble drive with the left, spin move, guarded closely there. So nice job by both teams cutting off the lane, moving their feet. Good communication there by the Cards. A little 2-3 zone action here. Up and under, no good. This is Drapo. She'll run. She has the numbers, albeit briefly. Dufo throws one up and gets the friendly roll. Hawley's got 6. And the Cards go back up by 2 with 2:46 to go here in the first half. Lily now up top. It went to Emmy, and they circle her back around. Elbow extended, kick back out to Emma. Emma throws one up. No. Drapo had position and knocked it over to Jazz. Jazz will run. Finds Dufo. Back to Jazz. Jazz got to be careful there on that little hesitation step. Fortunate to come away with a foul and not a travel call. And that foul is going to go against Emmy Labby, I believe, and it is her first. It's on the floor as a couple of Kingsmen will check in. And Lappy and Emma Smith will check out. So valuable minutes there. And that one was a backdoor cut that the passer did not expect the backdoor, and that's a cheap one. So Smith has 4 in the frame. Kate Smith does. Drapo downtown, Yahtzee. And nobody accounted for Thalia in the corner. Cards up by 3, 1:55 to go. Little backdoor cut there. It went off of Jazz's foot. And they're going to say nope, and in fact may have gone off of Caden Ryu's foot. So Taylor will come out for the Kingsmen. Emma will head back in. And Long has come back in the game as well for the Cards. Gives Philbrick a break. Long now up top. A lot of dribbling. Got to watch that forearm shiver. Drapo, right hand, into the elbow. Got it back out to Dufo. Cards content. No shot clock here in the state of New Hampshire. And they're going to call an offensive foul, and that one is going to go against Dufo. That is her second, the team's third. 1:23 to go here in the first half as Pizzetti will check back in, and the freshman Dufo will head to the bench. Doing the honors was Ireland Baines. Got it over the top to Caden Ryu. She'll work against Jazz. Ball comes to the elbow. Drapo got to be careful. Went over the top to knock that one. Kingsmen come away with possession. This is Lily. Lily bounce pass. High elbow. And coming back through, nearly stealing it, was Pizzetti on the handoff. Ball gets kicked around, and to the baseline it goes. Nice little backdoor cut there, and finishing strong at the hole was Lily Carlisle, and she's in the books. 19-18, great year. Sox won the series. 42 seconds. Ball goes out of bounds off of a Concord Christian foot or leg. Not sure if it was thrown off of it or happened quite by accident, but a good heads-up play regardless. Taylor Ryu will come in, and Lily Carlisle will head to the bench. 41.6 seconds. That ball gets tipped. Pizzetti comes away with it. Got to be careful not to carry. Over the top it goes. This is long. Pizzetti, left-hand dribble, penetrates into the hole. No. And the glass is cleared. Transition defense went off of a hand of a Kingsman. So the Cards fortunate there. 23 seconds to go, 23.7 to be exact. We'll see if the Cards hold for the last shot. 17 seconds now. Jazz gets a pick on ball. Talia will roll. Jazz goes up strong and gets hacked in the act. So it was a nice little pick and roll play up high. Drapo rolled. That's going to go against Kate Smith. That's her first foul, the team's third, but that'll matter little as Rosario will head to the line for a pair. Acoustic shadows here once again in the gym. Nice make there. Important that the Cards make their free throws. They don't play a style of offense that puts them to the free throw line a lot, so when they do get there, they got to get those makes. Rosario, 2 out of 2, and nice job by the freshman. Ball comes in, 10 seconds now. Sprinting up the floor is Taylor. Taylor working on Jazz. Nice bounce pass to the baseline. This is Baines. She got it back up top. Rosario steals it. Good if it goes! And no, we'll head into the half with Bishop Guertin up 21-18. So good fast-paced action back and forth as the Cardinals will go into the intermission with a 3-point lead. You are watching on the highlight guide. Jason Roby calling all the action for you. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. There's about 9 minutes and 50 seconds until halftime is over. We will take a brief intermission, and we will be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the campus of Bishop Guertin High School. It is halftime. The Cardinals enjoying a 21-18 lead over the Concord Christian Kingsmen. And I am joined here by Bishop Guertin royalty, Brooke Paquette. If you don't know who this young lady is, over the last few years you've been living under a rock. Brooke, not single-handedly, but was a large reason why the Cardinals went back-to-back state titles, and certainly some of my most favorite calls happen to be when you were on the floor in those championship games in Durham. Brooke, thanks for joining us here on the Highlight Guy. Yeah, absolutely. So you're at Stonehill now. Can you talk to us a little bit about the differences between being here at Guertin in those championship runs and those teams and the transition into being a college athlete? What should kids know that are going to make that transition?
Definitely be prepared for a competition change. Like high school to college was eye-opening for me, especially, being a freshman coming in. I'm lucky I get minutes as a freshman, but the competition, the athleticism is such a difference. So it's just nice to be playing with girls that, you can look up to. Not that I couldn't before, but
right.
Skill-wise, are just more. They've had more experience, so it's just nice playing with people that we can look up to.
And you mentioned battling for minutes, not getting the same kind of playing time that you did when you were here. You have to kind of earn those minutes as you move along. Are you learning a lot in practices and in benches and seeing the difference in the college game? Is it a lot different in that regard? But are you getting to see the difference in practices and games and so forth?
Yeah, very different practice form, game form. It was good, refreshing to go into a new environment, but also having what I had behind me. But it's good to learn from one of my captains. She's a point guard, junior. It's really great to learn from her and how she controls the ball.
Yeah, that was my next question. Is you were kind of the floor general out here for this Cardinal team, and now you're watching somebody else kind of play that role. Are you kind of like a sponge and learning everything you can from her?
Definitely. The way she handles the ball is just it's refreshing to learn from, and she just seems so controlled under the ball, having that experience and dealing with the pressure that other teams give us.
Talk to us about the rigors of the school work and balancing that time with basketball and being a college student. I mean, that certainly has to be a little bit different than it was in high school.
Definitely way different. Every day we have practice. Whether you have 3 or 1 or no classes a day, you just got to find time to either get it to yourself or just find time to just relax or do anything. So, having practices every day, lift almost every day, and then just filling in time spaces in between there.
I was going to say that the day probably revolves around your basketball schedule when meetings and film work and weight room and practice and games, and then in between those slots you have to fit in, when am I going to eat? When am I going to sleep? When am I going to study? Definitely a change, no question about it. So talk to us about a little bit, what are you studying at Stonehill?
I'm a health science major.
Health science major. And are you is it compare it to the work here at Guertin? Is it more challenging? Is it something that you're happy to be more in a more refined area where you can really concentrate on one subject?
Yeah, it's definitely more challenging, more work, but I think BG's really prepared me for it. But college, you get to pick all the classes that you're interested in. Yeah. So even though I have the cornerstone classes I have to take, I'm still interested in I'm taking a psychology class that I'm interested in, biology, classes like that.
What's it like coming back here for you, sitting in the stands? I know your dad's here. We were going to originally have him as our halftime guest, but he got bumped because we heard you were coming. So what's that like for you, sitting up in the stands with former coach Brad Craik and your dad watching this? Is it like, oh my gosh, it feels like forever ago? Or
it really does feel like forever ago. I was saying that on the car right here, even just pulling into the parking lot, it's not even, I was here not even a year ago.
Yeah.
But it feels like forever. It's weird, but it's nice to watch them.
Do you keep in touch with any of your former BG teammates? Do you talk to those girls still?
Obviously I go to school with Caitlin, so I see her every day.
Yep.
And then Molly, Megan, Kate, a lot of them, yeah.
What's your thoughts as you watch this young BG team out on the floor? What do you think? Is this like looking at you guys 4 years ago?
Yep, definitely. Our sophomore year, we were when our senior class graduated our freshman year. There's a lot of work to do, but they'll definitely get there.
Yeah, and as you watch these girls play, what's the piece of advice, because this is a Bishop Guertin team that's going to, these girls are going to watch this back. They're going to listen to you. What's the one or two pieces of advice you would give this team as they're 1-3 right now, and they're in a struggle, no question about it. They're playing hard, but what would you say to this team?
I would say to each of them, just work on it on your own. Like, there's so much you can do, showing up for practice, all the required stuff, but do what you can to get in the gym, get up shots, work on your ball handling, and they'll get it.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Brooke, want to thank you so much for joining us. Wish you all the best at Stonehill, and certainly as you a Yahtzee there from way downtown, and Brooke remembers those calls. She hit one of the biggest Yahtzees in her career, her junior year, to cement a state title. Looking at that picture earlier tonight on someone's Twitter feed. But want to thank you for joining us. Wish you the best, and go get them.
Thank you.
All right, that is Brooke Paquette, the freshman at Stonehill, and talking about the college experience and how she has figured out how to be a college athlete. And a lot of folks don't understand. It's like a full-time job, and a nice runner in the paint there as Drapo knocks in a two-pointer, 26-18 Cards. But, if you're going to be a college athlete, there's a lot that goes into it, and it is like a full-time job. You really have to budget your time well. She mentioned that Guertin really prepared her for the rigors of college classwork and certainly playing at a high level of basketball, but everybody was the best in their school in high school. And so you really got to keep getting those shots up, get in the weight room, study film, all of those things. And the ball gets stolen there by Drapo. She is off to the races down the right side. Little jump stop, up and in, and Drapo's got 4 points to start this third quarter as Guertin has ballooned their lead to 10 points, 28-18. Crossover dribble now. Caden Ryu got it over to the left side. Lily had to gain possession back. Got it into the corner. Caden is now directing traffic. Finds Kate Smith up top. No. Dufo with the rebound. She'll use the right hand and circle back around. Over the beak of the Cardinal. Kicked out to Drapo and gets the shooter's touch and the home rim. And Drapo's got 7 of the 10 points here in the third quarter. Cardinal lead, just like that, has jumped to 31-18, and one can't help but think Brooke Paquette, magic out there happening. Those girls will watch that back and listen to what Brooke has to say. She was certainly one of the key components to that back-to-back Guertin championship team. They were the runner-ups her sophomore year, and she kind of put the team on her back each of her junior and senior years. If you can watch back on the highlight guy on YouTube, you can watch those fantastic championship games and see some of the shots that we were talking about. We mentioned free throws. Brooke Paquette was almost automatic from the free throw line, and that was the difference certainly in last year's championship game. Up top now, Cardinals. Lily, spin move in the lane, pretty move. A little too much mustard on that hot dog. Regan will run. Kingsmen get back on defense. Regan kick out, long thought about it. Skip pass across the way to Jazz. And she had all day to think about it. Jazz a little long on the shot. Back the other way comes Taylor. Got it over the top, but Kate was not ready for it. And a foul will go against Kate Smith. That'll be her second foul, team's first of the third quarter. Concord Christian will fall back and pick up once they get over the half-court line. A little bit loose on the man-to-man defense. Drapo on the pick on ball. Nice wraparound pass from Jazz to Drapo. And they got something cooking. Transition coming back the other way. Got to get back on defense as Caden Ryu makes him pay with a bucket of her own. So exchanging buckets, 33-20. Way downtown was Drapo. She followed her own shot, and the Cards almost got beat again down the floor. Better transition defense that time. Up and out following her own shot, and a nice job there by Kate Smith. And the sophomore has 10. The 4th point of the quarter for the Kingsmen. Drapo on the pick, ball goes into the corner. Regan crossover, back over to Jazz. Skip pass, and that ball is nearly intercepted. They had a beat on it. Card's got to be careful throwing it up over the top. Emma Smith stepped into that passing lane. Drapo looking for help, finds Jazz. Right-hand dribble, kicked out back to Regan. Way downtown, back iron, no. Kingsmen will run. They have the numbers if they want. Fired from way downtown, and a Yahtzee of her own for Lily Carlisle. And the juniors on the board in the 3rd quarter. Full timeout called there by Coach Orlando. 33-25 Cardinals, 3:16 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Jason Roby calling all of the action for you. Steve Cody is the man on the moving pictures. You are watching on The Highlight Guy. Joining us on YouTube, joining us on thehighlightguy.com. Want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. Our next action, we will host Memorial. I say we. I don't have any eligibility left. Bishop Guertin will host Memorial on Friday night, the 12th at 6:30. And meanwhile, this Kingsman team will host Hanover High School at their place on Friday evening. And it should be a good one. So this timeout, have to believe that Coach talking a little bit about tying up those loose ends, buckling up a little bit here, making sure you're getting back on defense, challenging shots, boxing out, all the little things that are so important if you're trying to secure the victory. 3:16 to go here. 8-point Guertin advantage, and Concord Christian will eke towards the beak, and now they will fall back a little. Jazz running the point, gets a pick on ball from Dufo. She'll roll back across the way. Jazz looking for help, no call as shoulders collided. Pizzetti goes into the land of the Giants, and we're going to get an offensive foul. Interesting call there as Pizzetti went up. The shot was challenged, but the call will go against her. That is her first foul, the team's first foul of the quarter. So back the other way comes Kate Smith and the Kingsmen. Into the corner now. Nice bounce pass on the low block, up and under by Emma Smith. No, was challenged. Drapo lost the handle, but Long able to find it. She'll slow things down, put her foot on the brake. The Kingsmen fly right by, and they'll regroup. Pizzetti thought about it, dribble drive back in the key. She goes again, and this time, reversal of fortune as she got hacked in the act, and she'll head to the line for 2. That one is going to go against Emma Smith, and that is her first personal, the team's second. Pizzetti to shoot 2. Pizzetti's Rainmaker grazes the front of the rim, falls to the right. She will get a second opportunity. Not a bad crowd here for a Tuesday evening. Side iron, no. Clearing the glass was Emma Smith, and she will run. Skipped it across. Oh, nice ball fake there. Challenged at the hole, all ball. Kick out, and a good effort by Lily Carlisle. The bleachers are close to that sideline. Really got to be careful how much you dive and attempt to keep that ball in play. 2:20 to go in the 3rd frame. 33-25 Cardinals. Jazz over the top of the B. Guarded closely there by Lily Carlisle, and Lily going to get called for the reach. Tough call as they were getting away with that call earlier in the game, and now not so much. That'll be Carlisle's first, but more importantly, it'll be the 3rd team foul with 2:09 to go here in the 3rd quarter. So both teams have played relatively clean, neither team getting into that foul situation where you're heading to the line for a pair because of number of fouls. Drapo looking underneath, finds Long, back to the basket, kick out back to Drapo. Left hand, dipsy-do, up and under, foul call. Drapo's going to head to the line for a pair. And that foul is going to go against Kate Smith. That will be her third personal foul to go with her 10 points. Drapo to the line. Drapo knocks down the first, and just as I said that, number 2, Taylor Ryu will check in for Kate Smith. She's done great work today on the boards. Gallagher getting ready to check in. We'll see what happens on this free throw. 2 out of 2 for Drapo. And she will get a rest. Gallagher comes out. Perhaps the biggest factor in this one is Drapo staying out of foul trouble and able to play, get significant minutes. And as a result, you see the kind of third quarter she's had. Fired way downtown, side iron, no. Good positioning by Pizzetti. She will run. Crossover dribble. Across the center court she goes. Regan crossover. Looking for a backdoor cut. It wasn't there. Gallagher, runner in the lane. That's going to be an offensive foul. And good positioning there by the Kingsmen as Gallagher with the player control foul. Cards applying the full court pressure here. They will pick up all the way down the floor. 1:28 to go, 10-point Cardinal advantage. Behind the back goes Taylor, working against Gallagher. Bounce pass goes to Emma. Emma bounce pass into the corner. Caden, Yahtzee. Caden Ryu knocks down a three-pointer. She's got 5 in the quarter, 11 total. The lead is now 7. Regan nearly lost the handle. Pestered up top, got it over to Pizzetti. Pizzetti, left-hand dribble crossover. And that one thrown away. Regan thought it was tipped. Both referees concur, and neither one of them agrees. A fan on the Guertin sideline was trying to change their minds. I'm not sure that's going to happen. Good effort, though, sir. 55 seconds to go. Third quarter, good defense, moving their feet. This is Carlisle trying to dig into that Cardinal advantage. Way downtown, side iron, no. More like side of the backboard. Pizzetti's double team. That means someone's open. Cards have the numbers if they run. Regan in the corner, baseline. Up hard, no foul call. Regan can't believe it, nor can I, but she gets the bucket. She was hammered there. 37-28. 20 seconds to go in the third frame. Nice bounce pass out over the top and a pretty move and make there by Emma Smith. And the sophomore has 4. 10 seconds to go now. Regan's not shy, side iron, no. Rebound goes to the Kingsmen. Emma Smith might have a shot at the buzzer. We'll see if she fires. She does! Just short. So a great third quarter for both teams there. We'll take a look at the ledger. 12 points, that's the best quarter for the Kingsmen. But unfortunately for them, the Cardinals had a huge third quarter as well, led by Thalia Drapo. She had 11 in the quarter by herself. And 16-point quarter for the Cardinals. So 37-30 as we get ready to head into the fourth quarter. This has been a great game. Foul trouble not really a factor right now, although Kate Smith for Concord Christian has 3. And Becky Carlisle, the head coach for the Kingsmen, brought her to the bench at the end of the third quarter. Have to believe that she'll either be in at the beginning of this fourth quarter or in the very early moments of the fourth quarter. She has 3 fouls, the only player in real trouble. On the other side of the ledger, it's Dufo with 2 fouls, and for the most part, that's it, foul-wise, for the Cardinals. So it's been a relatively clean game, and by clean, I mean not a lot of calls being made on some of these drives to the hoop and so forth, but this one has been as billed. Concord Christian, a good basketball team, and Bishop Guertin trying to get their second win, and Very fortunate there. Pizzetti got it into Long, and everyone else was standing around watching. Can't have that happen. Ayla now over to Long. Long looking for help, got it back. Dufo way downtown, front iron, no. Pizzetti battles and hits the deck. We get a jump ball called, and possession will go to the Kingsmen. And the balcony Muppets are alive and well across the way. We haven't heard them a lot this game, and that's good, because it's not really about them. Back the other way comes Kate Smith. Nice bounce pass on the backdoor cut, and she finds Emma Smith. 7:30 to go. It's 37-32 Cardinals. Nice crossover dribble by Reagan. Ball's kicked out into the corner. The runner, no, would have been well served to use the glass on that one, but Long tried the floater. Little teardrop was no good. Over the top now. Caden looking for help, able to find Emma. Emma, pretty little move in the paint. And Emma Smith now has 8 points, 4 here in the fourth quarter. Lead is cut to 3. Pizzetti now, left-hand dribble. Looking for help, finds it in Regan. A couple of Cardinals getting ready to check in. Downtown, no, and the lid is on the top of the basket. And they're gonna call timeout. And I think it's gonna be a 30-second variety. So as soon as that ball was missed, Coach Carlisle wanted to call timeout and set something up here on this possession. Feels it's very important to come away with something productive on this offensive possession. It's 37-34 Cardinals, and suddenly the shooting has been a little cold for the Cards. Drapo will check back in. They'd be well served to get the ball back into her wings and let her make some plays at the hoop. They've had good looks, had the Cardinals. They just have not been able to knock down any shots here. We're about a minute and a half in, and Concord Christian up 4-0 in this quarter. And pretty move by Emma Smith, the sophomore, down inside the paint. So winner here. Very important for both of these teams, certainly for the Kingsmen, who are beginning an ascent to Division I next year, want to move their record to 6-1 overall. They're 5-1 right now. Their only loss coming to Bedford High School, the perennial favorites. And this Guertin team, extremely important, looking at their schedule, that they get a win here tonight. Need that second win. Played pretty well. And need to put the exclamation point on it by getting the W. Pass over the top. Nice fake into the baseline. No call, but cleaning the glass was Kate Smith, and she'll head to the line for a pair. That one's going to go against Long. That's her second personal, team's first of the quarter. And the sophomore Kate Smith will head to the line for her first free throws. Smith misses the first. She'll get a second. Once again, the Balcony Muppets making their appearance known. 1 out of 2 for the sophomore. And the lead is just 2. So the Kingsmen have battled all the way back. They were down by double digits in the third quarter. Jazz, the runner, pretty move, good body control by Rosario. She's got her first bucket to go along with 2 free throws. 6 minutes now. Pretty move on the baseline. Nice dribble drive and good recognition as Lily Carlisle found Kate Smith. And that foul going to go against Long. That's her third personal. Pizzetti getting ready to check back in. Smith in and out on the first one. She'll get a second. And checking out is Long with those 3 fouls. So now foul-wise, Long with 3. Kate Smith on the other side of the ledger with 3. Smith trying to go 50% on this trip. She does not, and the rebound goes to Pizzetti. She will run. Crossover dribble into the paint, kick out. Nice little jumper, Drapo too hard. And clearing the glass was Emma Smith. She will run. Smith had a good third quarter, or rather a good start to the fourth quarter, and can't extend it as back the other way is Dufo. Nearly had her pocket picked there. Has a double team. Someone's open. They fall back off of her. It goes to Jazz. Jazz kicks back out. And the Cards set up in the half court, trying to move that ball around quickly. Pick on ball. Dufo needs some help. Ball comes. Oh, and there's a foul. It's going for the steal was Lily Carlisle. That'll be her second. Just the team's second. So Cards will take the ball out over on the side and make that, I believe it's just the first team foul against the Kingsmen. So both teams, for the most part, staying out of foul trouble. Dufo, she'll fire from downtown, Yahtzee! And Dufo was held scoreless in the third quarter, gets things going in the fourth. 3-point shot the other way is good, and that's Emma Smith. She's got 7 in the fourth quarter. 4-point advantage for the Cards. Jazz, nice backdoor cut. Dufo, kick back out to Jazz. Looking for a cutter. It was Pizzetti. She'll circle back around. Backdoor was there, and it was stolen. Drapo was looking for Regan. Kingsman will run into the corner. And now back to the baseline, throwing it up. No one on the backside to box out Kate Smith. And she's got another bucket. 3 here in the quarter for Kate. 42-40 Cardinals. 4:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Jazz loses her dribble, needs help, and finds Drapo. Drapo now back to Jazz. And the Cardinals will take their time working up in the half court. Not really threatening the basket here. Regan. And there are cutters and picks. But the Cards can't get anything to go. That pass came a little late. Pizzetti gets hammered. She'll get helped up there by Kate Smith. And if it is Smith, and it is, that is her 4th foul. She'll stay in the game. Baines will check in and give Lily Carlisle a break. Up top it goes to Pizzetti. Over to the elbow. Nice cut. Oh, would have been good if she had taken that shot, but she had the ball deflected, and Emma Smith having herself a pretty good fourth quarter here, coming away with that steal. Cardinals with a 2-point advantage. Kingsmen now, 3:12 to go in regulation. Nice spin move, good help defense by Drapo. It was all ball. Back the other way come the Cards. Regan thought about it, and no call there, and Ayla showing her frustration. Back the other way comes Ireland Baines. And that ball nearly stolen. And it's going to go against Dufo. That's going to be her third personal, team's third. So that call came from the other side of the court on that reach-in. It'll go way into the backcourt, and Caden Rio will set up. On the elbow it goes. Kate Smith looking for help, and Cards with the steal. This is Pizzetti. Kick out into the corner, fired downtown, back iron no. Jazz battles for it, and as a result, Cards come away with it. Drapo in and out. A rebound by Pizzetti, and she'll get hacked in the act. She didn't have position, but she battled for it, and as a result, I believe that's going to be Kate Smith's 5th foul. So that's a huge foul for the Kingsmen. We'll close the book on Kate. She has 13 points in the ledger, but she did a lot of damage on the glass, so she is now out of the game, and Pizzetti will head to the line. These free throws are huge. And I don't know if she called glass, but it counts. Long will check back in, and Ayla will get a break. Pizzetti to get a second shot here. And the senior back iron, no. Rebound battled for, bodies hit the floor. Kingsmen come away with it. Good transition defense. Pizzetti hustling back to get the ball to the hot hand. Emma Smith will step back. Front iron, no. I'm not sure if Long got a piece of it. That would have tied things up. Drapo, jump stop in the lane, no. And another rebound there by the Kingsmen. So good work there by Emma Smith. And nobody guarding in the corner here. We'll see if they try to skip it across the way. Pizzetti must have heard me. She started to filter over. We'll get a timeout of the 30-second variety by the Kingsmen. And I don't know if they moved it to a full now. It is a full timeout. So 43-40. We'll set the scenario for you here on the scoreboard. Each team with 3 fouls. As I kick over the headsets. Is that going to come out of my pay? Sorry, Steve. Each team with 3 team fouls. So neither team in that bonus yet where they'd be shooting 2 free throws regardless of the foul. Foul trouble for the Cards. Dufo has 3. Maddie Long has 3 fouls. On the other side of the ledger, we have seen Kate Smith foul out. And the only other player in moderate trouble would be Lily Carlisle with 2. So relatively clean game. Both of these teams very evenly matched, in my opinion. They are very similar teams. They play hard. They play fast, aggressive. They can both shoot the 3. They both pass the ball really well and find the open teammate on the baseline, on the backdoor cuts. And that's a sign of well-coached teams. So a huge feather in the cap for Guertin if they can get this victory. And certainly Concord Christian wants to keep up their winning ways as well. And certainly one of the top dogs in Division 2. Ball comes over the top, and Lily Carlisle will be marked up by Dufo. And now Ryu, Caden got it over the top, back to Carlisle. Carlisle looking for help. They find a nice design play there as the double screen came for Emma Smith, and she knocked down the triple. She came from the baseline up to the foul line, picked up a screen, and this game is tied. 1:24 to go now. Dufo skips it across the way to Long. Long into the corner. There's Pizzetti. Pizzetti ball fake crossover. Long arms defended there. Yahtzee from downtown, and a 3-point shot by Jazz. She's got 5 in the quarter. Cards by 3, 1:02 to go. So a real treat here this evening. Dribble drive thrown up, no. Lily Carlisle drove strong to the hoop. She's going to go to the line for 2. And that foul is going to go against Dufo. That is her 4th foul. 2 shots forthcoming for the Kingsmen. First one is up and true for Carlisle. She will get a second as Ayla Regan will check in for Pizzetti. 46-44, this one to bring the lead down to 1. Lily misses, ball gets bounced around, kick back out, 3-pointer, no, in and out. And glass is cleared by Jazz. Here comes Ayla. In the corner it goes to Long. Ill-advised? Maybe, but Jazz got the board, saves it. And they're going to say a timeout was called, so possession on the baseline and a good heads-up play there by Coach Orlando. Great job by Jazz Rosario going in to get that rebound. It was a good look from the outside, But you almost wonder if that shot may have been better served to hold on to it and set something up in the half court. If it goes, we're singing the praises. That's the beauty of second guessing, Steve. That's the beauty of saying undefeated from up here in the booth. It is 46-44 Cardinals. They will get possession of the ball. I don't know if they'll call it underneath the hoop. As my guess is it will be underneath the hoop. No shot clock here in the state of New Hampshire. The Kingsmen trying to move to 6-1 on the season. Their only blemish coming against Bedford High School. And meanwhile, this Cardinal team trying to get win number 2. It is a heavy schedule for the Cards. They have a lot of good opponents scheduled here, including this Concord Christian team that we will see again on a home-and-home series. We will head to the campus of Concord Christian, easy for me to say, in a couple of days. But much work to be completed before that. Of course, this Cardinal team will host Memorial on Friday night, and the Kingsmen will host Hanover. Ball comes over the top to Drapo. Drapo marked up closely there. And they will slow things down. They're going to have to foul at some point. This is long, little three-person weave. Regan gets it over to Dufo. They get the ball in the hands of the right person. And the ball comes over the top, and it is airmailed. They're going to say it was tipped. And the Concord Christian faithful cannot believe it. We can watch that back on the highlight guy and see for sure. Ball comes over the top, and Rosario saves it. And ball gets stolen up and in. And we got a tie game. Back the other way come the Cards. 9 seconds to go. Maybe a timeout going to be called. And it is. And a good call by Coach Orlando. I think she was listening to me, Steve. 4.3 seconds to go. 46 all. A huge steal by Lily Carlisle on the inbound down underneath the basket. She went and put it up and in. Extra basketball, anyone? Potentially. Maybe so. 46-46. And now fouls. 4 on the Cards, 3 on the Kingsmen. So the Kingsmen can be aggressive here on this inbound pass. They can foul and not worry about sending the Cards to the line. We'll see what Coach Orlando has drawn up here in the final 4.3 seconds. Clearly they're going to hold for the last shot, try to get their best look. The shooters are on the floor. Everything we thought it would be. Regan to do the honors out of bounds. It's Jazz, Drapo, Long, and Dufo. They're going over the top. It's Drapo now. Gotta go, and gotta shoot. Good if it goes, and comes up just short. And we've got extra basketball. 46-46. And so, nice job by both of these teams. Several factors here. Got to take care of the basketball in the later stages, and certainly free throws, can be an issue. We look at the docket through 4 quarters. The Kingsmen, 2 out of 8 from the free throw line. And meanwhile, the Cardinals, 5 out of 8. So, free throws a factor. Fouls will reset for this extra frame. You are watching on the highlight guy. Jason Roby calling all of the play-by-play color commentary for you here. Want to thank Brooke Paquette for joining us at halftime, talking to us a little bit about the college experience and a little bit about her life as a Bishop Guertin athlete and a Bishop Guertin basketball player here. And she's seeing a good one as both of these teams are locked up at 46. 4 minutes on the clock for the overtime frame. We will jump ball again. Did you know when basketball was first invented, they jump ball after every basket, Steve Cody? This is a true story. Had to climb the ladder, get it out of the peach basket, and jump it up again. when a high-scoring game was 6-2. But not the case here from the nest at Bishop Guertin. 46 all, extra basketball, 4 minutes on the clock. Blue, the Concord Christian Kingsmen going left to right. The home team, the Cards, going right to left. Jump ball is up, and it gets knocked, and this is Jazz with possession. Gets it over to Dufo. They'll work it back up top. 4 of the 5 Cardinals, now all 5 have touched it in this possession. This is Ayla working up top against Taylor. Jazz now, left-hand dribble, needs some help, and a pick over in the corner to Dufo. She'll drive baseline, tried to skip it across the way, it was deflected, and the Kingsmen will run. They don't have the numbers, but up and in, and a make for Lily Carlisle. And in overtime, she's got the first bucket. And that foul is going to go against Long, and that is her 4th personal to go with her 9 points. Pizzetti will check back in. Long will head to the bench and to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way is Carlisle. And she does just that. And now it is the Kingsmen with their first lead in quite a while, 49-46. I could be mistaken. It could be since the first bucket of the game. I could be wrong. Pizzetti with the runner in the lane, and a pretty move there in overtime. 49-48 Kingsmen. And the home crowd imploring their Lady Cards to play some defense. At the elbow it comes. Nice play on the baseline, cut off by Drapo. Good quick hands. 3-second call, maybe? No 3-second call. Good defense. I thought we were going to see our first 3-second call of the year, Steve Cody. To the outside it goes, skipped across the way. Lily now. Crossover dribble marked up by Drapo. Kicked out. Emma Smith fires, no, but clearing the glass, and a pretty up and in move for Lily Carlisle. And she has all 5 of the points here in overtime for the Kingsmen. Pizzetti, kick out. Drapo to the foul line. Kick out to Jazz. She thought about it briefly. Reach in there. Ball stolen by Carlisle. The junior finds a trailer on the play, and it was a good look for Emma Smith. Couldn't get it to go. And back the other way come the Cards. They are down by 3 with 2:10 to play. Runner in the lane. Too hard. And timeout called by the Kingsmen. And hate to see that as Ayla Regan working out a cramp in her calf right now. Cards are down by 3. 2:06 to go in this one. So a monster fourth quarter for Emma Smith. She had 10 in the quarter to lead the Kingsmen. And the Cards just had 9 points in that fourth frame. So Emma Smith by herself outscored the Cardinals. So a 16-9 fourth quarter advantage, and that's why we stand tied at the end of regulation. And now, from the work of Carlisle, she's got all 5 the Kingsmen points, and they enjoy a 51-48 lead. 2 minutes to play. Possession. Jazz nearly coming away with a steal there. Trying to mark up Caden. Got it back up top to Taylor. And now the right-hand dribble. Hands it back off to Baines. Baines will set things back up and get it to Carlisle. Nice move to the hoop. Kick out. No. Nice ball fake. In the low post it goes. And we'll see who that one is on. It's going to go against Holly Dufo, and that's going to close the book on her. She's got 5, I believe. So that's going to be 5 fouls on Dufo. She'll come to the bench, and checking back in will be Ayla Regan. Also, Pizzetti is back in. Pizzetti originally came in for Regan, but because of the foul out, Regan had to re-enter the game. Front iron, no good there for Carlisle. She'll get a second opportunity and a full timeout called by Coach Becky Carlisle. And she and Coach Matt Smith will talk things over here. 51-48. This is an extremely important free throw because it would give Concord Christian a 4-point lead with 1:39 to go. It would be a 2-possession game. So the Cardinals need to definitely box out on this attempt, and if they make it, they have to get a quick 2 potentially here and keep the pressure up. I'm sure that's the message in the huddle for Coach Olivia Orlando and her young Cardinal squad. 1:39 to go here in the overtime frame. So far, it's 5 points for Lily Carlisle in the extra. Meanwhile, Pizzetti with the bucket for the Cardinals. And that is your 3-point difference. Nice job by the referees here this evening. We're very consistent with the way they called this game. And anytime you really don't notice the officials in a game, you know they're doing a really good job. So to the line comes Lily Carlisle, the junior. She has a chance to go 1 out of 2 here and make the lead a 4-point Concord Christian advantage. Rainmaker front iron, they didn't box her out, and possession is going to go to Concord Christian. So nobody boxed out Carlisle, and she went in, grabbed it. So defense needs to be played here. We'll see if Concord Christian goes into a little bit of a stall. Got to get the ball in, and they do just that to Emma Smith. Emma comes way out top, dribbling near half court. Double dribble call. And I thought that was the call. They're going to call a foul on Jazz Rosario. And as I said that, I looked over, and Coach Orlando was making the same call, but maybe that came as a result of the double dribble. So right now, 5 team fouls against the Cardinals. Those fouls obviously carry over, and 2 shots for Emma Smith. Emma makes the first, she'll get a second. She's had a monstrous fourth quarter with 10 points. This would be a huge free throw, and it is. 2 out of 2 for the sophomore. Ball skipped across. Jazz now. No need for panic. Going to try to get to the basket. Ball comes into the corner. Long. It's cut off. Jazz way downtown. No. Rebound. Tried to save it. They're going to say she was on the baseline, so the full court pressure is coming. 5-point Concord Christian advantage. The story of this one will be the fourth quarter in the overtime. Double team. And Emma Smith will do the honors coming over the half court line. Got it over to Lily Carlisle. Crossover dribble marked up closely by Drapo. She'll back things out, just digging into that final minute. Offensive foul called against Carlisle. That'll be her third and the team's fourth, so no free throws forthcoming. However, after the next foul, it will be 2 shots. Regan still feeling the effects of that Charlie horse. They're going to double the inbounds pass. Pizzetti notices and comes over the top and gets it. Pizzetti dribble drive, runner in the lane is no good, no call. Glass is cleared there by Emma Smith, and she will have to hold on to it and get fouled, and that one now will be against Drapo. And we'll spend the next 40-plus seconds at the free throw line one way or the other. So Smith will head back to the line. Timeout by Coach Orlando. So let's take a look at the fourth quarter and overtime scenario here. 9 points in the fourth quarter for the Cardinals and 2 in overtime for 11 total points. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ledger, 16 points in the fourth quarter for the Kingsmen to erase that Cardinal lead. And in overtime, they've scored 7 to BG's 2. So that is the difference, 23 points in the fourth quarter and overtime for the Kingsmen, 11 for the Cardinals. And so you have to wonder if maybe BG running out of gas just a little bit again. Nice job by this Concord Christian team to battle back. They were down double digits into the third quarter, and they just kept plugging away and found themselves tied. They got a steal at the end of the fourth quarter and put it in for a bucket. A nice job of the animal sound effects across the way. I think those were ducks, Steve. Mallards, maybe? Not sure. But a good job. That's where your education money is going. 2 out of 2 for Emma Smith. She's 4 for 4 in the extra frame. 40 seconds and Long now has to force the issue. Pizzetti kicks it out. Drapo for 3. Yahtzee! So a huge shot there for Drapo. It is a 4-point advantage. They wanted a call there. They didn't get it. Got a foul at this point, and they do. So 34 foul against Drapo. That is her third. And you will send Emma Smith to the line. She is perfect here in the extra frame. So not the person you want to foul if you're Guertin, but certainly if you're the Kingsmen, you got the ball in the right person's hands. Emma Smith knocks down the first. She has 15 points in the fourth quarter and overtime. This would be point number 16 for the sophomore. And she knocks in the second. And a timeout called by Coach Orlando. The lead is 6, so not impossible. They have the shooters on the floor that can get it done. Of course, the best shooter on the team, Dufo, potentially has fouled out of this one. And Cards will design not just this play, but what they intend to do if they get a make. You got to put the full court pressure on, and if the ball gets in, you have to foul right away. So potentially, you're seeing 3 plays called here by the Cardinals. What they're going to do in this possession, how they're going to defend on a make or a miss, and what they intend to do should they get a second possession to either tie or take the lead. Meanwhile, Concord Christian talking about, listen, don't foul. Make sure we don't foul. There are no 6-point shots in the game of basketball. We have a 6-point lead. So probably the focus was on how we're going to inbound the ball should Bishop Guertin get a make here on this possession. You'll see they will force the issue by making them touch the ball, so the clock runs immediately. And a nice job there by Carlisle forcing that issue. Jazz now has her pocket picked nearly again by Carlisle. Now you really got to make something happen. Long's got to shoot it. She does. No good. Pizzetti on the rebound. And they're going to say she stepped on the line. Possession is going to go back to the Kingsmen. 5.1 seconds to go. And Concord Christian will throw the baseball pass. And it comes in. And fouled with 2.3 seconds left. That's going to be Drapo's 4th foul. Had no choice in the matter as Carlisle is going to head to the line. So it's been the Emma Smith and Lily Carlisle show in the fourth quarter and overtime. She'll front iron the first. And those were the 2 players that we heard about coming into this one, was Carlisle and Smith. In and out, 2 seconds, one. Fired from way downtown, front iron. Regan down on the ground. I don't know if she's still grabbing that calf. Looks like another cramp potentially. And that is going to do it here in this one as they stretch her left hamstring out on the floor. It was a good bid at the last second, but would have only made the final difference 57-51. As it is a Concord Christian victory here. And a nice round of applause for Regan as she hobbles back to the sideline. These two teams will see each other again. We'll be on the campus of Concord Christian, and a good victory for the Kingsmen. So the difference in this one, you certainly have to look at that extra frame by the Kingsmen as Bishop Guertin Cardinals get 5 in overtime, but the Kingsmen get 11, including 7 out of 11 from the free throw line, and that is the difference. And when you can make your free throws, that's huge. We talk about the importance of it. We look back at the last couple of championship games and how free throws made a difference. That Pinkerton game that we saw a couple of nights ago, Pinkerton shot 82% from the free throw line. They went 18 out of 22 against this Guertin team. So we look at the Bishop Guertin side of the ledger. They were outscored 16-9 in that fourth quarter, and that really was the difference as the Cardinals go down this evening 57-51 at the hands of the Concord Christian Kingsmen. This BG team will be back in action on Friday night here at the Nest. They'll take on the Memorial Crusaders. It is a 6:30 tip-off. Meanwhile, Concord Christian will host Hanover High School at their place in the capital city. I want to thank you all for joining us here on The Highlight Guy. My name is Jason Roby. I want to remind you all that it is not the critic who counts, but you can always count on the critic. From my partner, Steve Cody, safe travels, everyone. We'll see you on Friday night. Take care.